All right, good evening, everybody. We're going to get started with our 45-minute beginner bodyweight strength training. So we're going to start out with our warm-up, and I'll explain what we're doing as we're warming up. So I'd like your feet just a little bit wider than hip width apart, and we're going to inhale and reach up. Exhale, fold forward, and then roll up. Shoulders down, reach up, breathe in deep. Good, and fold forward. So in our warm-up, the goal is just to tune into the body and bring some blood and some oxygen into the muscles in those extremities so that we can move better and more mindfully throughout our class today. So this class is really based on just really precision muscle training. Throughout our class today, the primary goal is to tune into our bodies and to make sure that we're feeling that contraction and exertion in the target area. We're really enhancing that mind-body connection and building back so that we can learn to move better in the gym and in life. Give me 3 more just like that. We're going to be doing lots of things that look super easy and are actually pretty hard. So that's the goal, is that we want to be really properly focusing on what we should be working and what we should be resting and really tuning in. Last one here. Good. And then we'll reach up. Arms across the front of the chest or behind the head, and we're just going to come into a nice easy squat. And stand tall. Inhale, sit down into the heels. Exhale, push up. So when we squat, I'd like you to make sure that your knees, hips, and ankles are lined up on a straight plane, top to bottom. So in this class too, we often go through a lot of our basic movements, those push-pull squat movements, that we should be able to successfully fully execute without compensation and with good strength and stability in everyday life, anytime, no matter what we're doing. So we really want to just be focusing on alignment first, and then our strength and our endurance is going to follow from there. Give me 2 more just like that. Great. Last one here. And now let's come to wide legs. Toes point forward in the direction that you're facing or slightly out as long as they're pointed in the same direction. We're sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down and back. Reach the arms out to the sides. Brace your core. Now we're going to reach up and then out. Up and out. So our goal here is to wake up our core muscles. Good. Yeah, wake up that torso. Suck your belly button toward the spine and really focus on the length of your spine. Knees are soft. We're pushing down into the soles of the feet. Good. Shoulders are relaxed down away from the ears. Great job. 3 more full rounds. So 1 on each side is 1 repetition. 2. Good. 1 more on each side. Now we're going to bring it across the front of the body and out. Reach and out. So I want you to feel those muscles in your core and in your shoulders just engaging and waking up here. We're going to want to use them a lot throughout our class today. I'm going to offer you lots of modifications to increase or decrease your intensity as we go. So I want you to really remember that no matter what I'm doing, this is your class. You get to decide the level of intensity and you can increase or decrease any time. Good. 4 more just like that. 2 full repetitions. 1 more time each side. Good. Now we're going to inhale, reach up. Exhale, squat down. Sweet. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and squat. So the goal is not to touch the floor. The goal is to wake up your knees, hips, and lower back. Push into the outsides of the feet. Make sure those feet don't shift. Try and keep your toes pointed forward. Make sure your knees are always lined up over the tops of the feet. Don't let the knees buckle in as you come down. Maintain that stability. Good. Yeah. 1 more time, just like that. And then we're going to come into a wide-legged walk out. Reach up, breathe in. Fold forward. Bend the knees if you need to. Walk out. Into downward dog or into plank. Knees to floor. We're just going to hold here for a moment. Find your alignment, belly button toward the spine, shoulders down, neck long. Good. Now curl the toes under, lift the hips, walk back. Just forward fold. Good. Now walk forward, plank pose, knees or toes, and brace. Suck your belly button toward the spine, lift the hips, walk back, forward fold, walk forward. Plank pose, shoulders down, hold, brace your core. Don't drop the hips or the head, walk it back. Good. Last one, let's come into plank. And we're going to hold here. Good. Now, let's all bring the knees to the floor, shoulders down and back, away from the ears. And I want your hands or your elbows directly under the shoulders. Now we're just going to tap one hand and the other. When you do that, I want you to feel your core stabilize to ensure that your hips stay nice and level, lined up with the floor. Don't let the hips drop. Brace. Good. Keep those shoulders down away from the ears as far as they'll go. And you can always come back, lining the knees up underneath the hips if this becomes too much for you, especially if it's too much for your neck and shoulders. Good. Now sit back in a child's pose just for a moment. Reset. Take a little break. Excellent. Now we're going to come into glute engagement. We're going to start out really nice and easy, and then we're going to make it harder from there. So hands or elbows to the floor. I recommend starting on your elbows here, and I'd like your knees tucked in right underneath your hips. You're going to extend one leg straight back behind you, shoulders down and back. Brace your core first. Now lift that leg up and tap it on the other side. Lift it up and tap to the right. Lift it up high as you can and tap outside of the left foot. Lift it up and tap. Good. Brace your core. Keep those shoulders down. Nothing is moving but the leg. We're going to do one more time, super slow. Lift and tap. And lift. Now if you can, ready? Shoulders down, brace, speed it up with me. Lift and tap, lift and tap. There's 2. Good, that's 2 of 8. 3, brace your core, suck that belly button toward the spine. Push into your supporting knee, halfway there. 5, good, 6, breathe nice and deep. 7, remember not moving super fast. Good, last one. Great job, knees down. Oh my goodness, so that's your first example of moves that are much harder than they look. And we're going to come on to that same movement on the other side. So again, if you're on the hands, come back up on the hands. If you're on the elbows, come down onto the elbows. Switch sides, extending that leg out. And the first thing we want to make sure of is that our bottom knee is positioned right underneath that hip. We're pushing down into the knee. Don't arch your lower back. Keep your shoulders down and the neck nice and long. Good, nice and slow to start. Ready? Let's go. Up and tap to the outside. Up and tap to the inside. Up and tap. Good, yes, this is number 2 of 4. We always start out really super slow to make sure that we have our proper alignment and we know where our range of motion and our stability and strength and comfort are today. Good, yeah, last one here. Tap to the outside and hold. Shoulders down away from the ears. Brace your core. Let's double time it. Lift and tap for 8. That's 1. Lift and 2. Good. Breathe. Suck the belly button toward the spine. Great job, guys. 5. Whew. Right on. And 6. Smile. We're just getting started. Don't let that lower back arch. 7. Last one here. 8. And tap. Knees down. Stretch whatever needs to stretch. Great job. Okay, now we're going to come into a little bit of floor balance, still glute engagement for our bird dog. Shoulders down and back, away from the ears. Good. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Now just reach out with one arm and leg and hold here for a moment. I want you to really feel that in your core. Don't let your belly drop toward the floor. Don't arch the lower back. Lengthen the neck, shoulders down and back. You can come down a level or 2 if you need to anytime. Good. Lift your thumb and your heel higher. Now tick to the corners. Come back to center. Here's 2. Stabilize. Good. And 3. We're doing 4 of each movement here. Last one here. Now we're going to pull the elbow to the knee. Ready? Exhale. Pull it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale and pull. There's 2 of 4. Inhale. Exhale, pull. And reach. Last one and 4. Good. Reach out, now pulse. 4, 3, 2, hands down, knees down. Sit back. Quick stretch. And we're coming along to the other side. So again, find your perfect alignment first. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Reach out, opposite arm to leg, and stabilize first. Your bottom hand can be up in a fist if that's more comfortable for you. And of course, the toe or the fingertips can come to the floor anytime. Ready? Corners and center. Brace your core. 3 more and center. Lift your thumb and your heel higher if you can. Great job, guys. Last one here. Great. And now elbow to knee. Pull it in. Exhale, inhale, reach. And exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. Good. Exhale, pull. This is our easy balance right here. Last one here. We just don't have far to fall. It's good. Reach out. Now pulse. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Knees down, hands down. Sit back, child's pose. Rock back and forth. Good. Okay. Roll over. Come onto your back. Shoulders down and back, away from the ears. We're going to do a little dead bug. So, shoulders way down, neck nice and long, gaze toward the sky. Reach up with the arms and bring your shins up parallel with the floor if that's comfortable for you. Opposite arm to leg reaches out and we bring it back in. Other side, reach out and bring it back in. So here, key point is core stability. I'd like you to push your lower back down into the spine, into the floor, and your belly button into the spine. If you choose to reach up above the body, your arms are directly above the shoulders. Don't tense your neck. Good. Remember that your heels can be on the floor if that's better for you. I just really that core engagement in the middle and lower abdominal muscles. Don't think too much. Really press that core down and notice how much you can relax through the neck and shoulders. Good. One more time on each side. And reach up. Last one here. Great. Awesome. Reach out, stretch whatever needs a stretch. And we're going to come into a little glute bridge and then into lower abdominal muscles. So relax the body down. Bring the heels close to the body. If you can just barely touch the heels, that's great. They can be further away from you than that, but not closer. Relax the arms down, lengthen the neck, tuck the chin. Good. Shoulders down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and lift the hips up off the floor. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. So I want you to go through this movement a few times with me and make sure that you can keep the knees, hips, and ankles lined up on a straight plane. Don't let your knees press in or buckle out. Not lifting your hips as high as they'll go. You're just looking to engage the glutes. Shoulders way down. Neck relaxed. Good. Two more just like that. And remember too that you can come back to this movement anytime. Last one right here. Excellent. Now release the body down. You can bring the knees into the chest. Release the lower back. Just quickly give it a little break. And now we're going to come into our single leg glute bridge. Bring the right knee to the chest. Extend that leg up toward the sky. You can point the toe. Relax the arms to the sides. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and lift up. Hold on top. Shoulders work way down. Brace your core. Lengthen the neck. Relax those neck muscles. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. We're going to do 4 nice and slow. 2 more just like that. And up. And last one. Good. Now pulse on top for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Release all the way down. If you want a quick break, come back up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to do 2 more just like that. Back down. Inhale. Exhale up. 7, 6, 5, 4. Make sure you maintain alignment. Last one. Down. Inhale. Exhale up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Left knee to the chest. Extend that leg up toward the sky. Drive your supporting heel to start. Shoulders work way down. You might need to adjust your positioning. Now inhale down and exhale up. Inhale down. Super slow. Push into the heel. 2 more just like that. Exhale up. Last one here. And up. Hold on top. Now pulse. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale down. Back up. Exhale. 1, 2. Keep those shoulders down. 4, 5, 6. Inhale down. 2 more just like that. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Inhale. Last one. Push. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet to the floor. Brace yourself. Take a little break if you need one. And find your alignment. So it's about glute engagement, not about arching the back and lifting the hips. Brace your core. Belly button sucks toward the spine. And now we're just going to march. Ready? Knee in and back. In and back. So our goal here is to force all of those muscles in the lower back body to engage, because those are the biggest muscles. They're really important. Your lower lats are super small actually, but they're really important for your lower back stability. Your glutes are the biggest muscle in the body, and they forget how to function, and they won't come back to functioning until we force them to do so. So that's what we're doing right now. Good. You're going to give me 4 more just like that, or less is fine too. Remember, you can always slow it down, do fewer repetitions, move slower if you want to. Last one. Hold here. Last movement. Right knee to chest. Extend that leg toward the sky. Lower it down slow, almost to the floor. Knee to chest. Extend it toward the sky. Lower down slow. Knee to chest. 2 more just like that. Nice and slow. Up high. Lower down slow. Bring it in. Knee to chest. Extend the leg, down slow, speed it up if you want to. Knee, up, and down. Good. Knee, up, and down. Good. 2 more just like that, and we hold on the the bottom face to really fire up that glute. Last one here, up and down. Bring it in, sole of the foot to the floor, shoulders down, reset your position. Make sure you feel stable, core feels strong, glutes are engaged, lower back feels safe. And we come to the other side. Slow knee in and up toward the sky, and then lower it down, heel toward the floor. Knee in, toward the sky, and lower it down slow. Two more, just like that. Knee in, and up toward the sky, and lower it down. Last one here. Knee in, and up. Keep it slow, or come with me. Speed it up. Knee in, up, still, down slow. Bring it in, up, and down slow. Knee up, or just hold on the bottom. Fire up that glute. One more just like that. Good. Bring the feet in. Release the body down to the floor, knees to chest. Hug them in if you can comfortably. Bring the knees toward the forehead toward the knees. Now release the body down. We're coming into core engagement, and then we're going to come up to standing once again. So I'd like you to, if you can, lay on the floor, lift your heels up off the floor, just to keep the lower body engaged. And we're going to push our belly button toward the spine and the lower back into the floor. Support the head with the hands. Widen your shoulders and elbows. Take a deep breath in, lengthen the neck. Exhale and lift up to your topmost point here. And I just want you to hold here for a moment and check that you're sucking the belly button toward the spine and pressing the lower back into the floor. If you're not able to do that, you can come down a little bit lower, reduce your intensity. Single repetitions. Inhale down, exhale up, down and up. Down and up. Now if this feels too fast for you, that's fine. You can slow it down anytime. We are not incorporating a big range of motion here. It's only tiny. So just a little range of motion to just barely lift those shoulder blades up off the floor. And we're supporting the head so there's no tension in the neck. And if you want more, you can lift those shins up parallel with the floor. Good. So just getting those abs working, just like our glutes. We want to use them for the rest of our class. Make them work, and then everything is going to move around those muscles. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Okay, roll over. Quick stretch for those abs. Draw the elbows back, lift up, and now let's walk it back. Quick forward fold. Loosen out the back, stretch out the backs of the legs. Great. And then we're going to stand and come into our lunge set. Lunge and squat. So all lower body. I'd like us to all just try our standard lunge to start. So step one leg back, doesn't matter what side. I'd like your feet to be pointed forward, always. Sometimes we have a tendency to turn our back foot out to the side. We don't want that. Lift the back heel up off the floor, push the back knee forward, and we're going to come down to our bottommost point. That might be here on top, might be halfway down, it might be all the way down on the floor for you. And I want you to make sure that wherever that is, wherever we're holding and able to hold for a few breaths, we're tucking the tailbone and lengthening through the crown of the head with the shoulders down and back and the chest proud. Good. Now come on up. Single repetitions. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Depth of your choice. Exhale up. Good. Inhale down. Exhale up. Last one here. Inhale down. Exhale up. Switch sides. Just waking up those quads. Good. Shoulders down and back, away from the ears. Once again, set your positioning first. Might be different on this side. Tuck your tailbone. Might feel a stretch here in the front of the thigh. Push your back knee forward. Lift the back heel up off the floor. Come down as is comfortable for you. And hold there. Just for a second. Take a few deep breaths. And notice how that feels. Engage your front glute and your back quadriceps. Good. Now inhale at the bottom. Exhale. Come on up. Single reps. Inhale down. Nice and slow. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Check that back knee is lined up underneath the hip. We're going to do one more like that. Just good practice. Inhale down. Exhale up. Excellent. Great. Now we're going to switch sides again and come into what's called an isometric pulse. So again, check your alignment. You can widen the feet out if you feel like you're walking a tightrope and your balance is off. Check your back toes are pointed forward. Push your back knee down underneath the hip. Come down to halfway or higher if that's more comfortable for you. Now we're going to pulse for 7, 6, 5, 4. Tuck that tailbone. 2, and stand. Deep breath in, back down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. 2 more just like that. Down, 7. Little pulse, halfway down. 4, 3, 2, and up. Last one. Arm positioning is all up to you, just not on that front thigh. 3, 2, and 1. Step it in. Now that quad on the back leg side should be feeling it. Our front glute should be feeling it too. We want to engage those muscles on purpose. Now let's step back on the other side. Good, standing tall, and we remember what our good halfway point is on this side because we practice it. Hands are wherever is comfortable except the front thigh. And lift that back heel up. Push the back knee forward, tuck the tailbone, push into your front heel, and let's pulse for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and stand. A little break. Back down. 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep those shoulders down. Adjust your arm positioning if you need to. Back up and down. 3 of 4. 6, 5, 4. Keep breathing. 3. Keep smiling. 2 and 1. Right back down and pulse. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. Good. Excellent. Step it in. Shake it off. Well done. We're going to come down later for adductors of the thighs, okay? So for now, I'd like us to come into a plie squat if it's comfortable for you. First, we're going to stomp our feet into the floor to find where our natural gait falls today. We're going to then work the heels out, one heel and one toe, and then turn the toes out to the sides. Now here's where we decide whether or not this is okay for our knees. If that's not okay for your knees, feet are going to point forward. You just come into a wide squat, no problem. If your toes are turned out, when we come down, make sure your knees push out over the tops of the feet and the ankles rather than buckling in. Don't let them do that. So when we're here, we're going to tuck the tailbone, lace up the core, and I want you to feel the glutes engaged. Hands are anywhere except on the thighs. Inhale down, push the knees out to the sides. Just hold on the bottom for a minute. Just notice how that feels. Tuck your tailbone. You should feel it on the lower insides of the thighs and the upper outsides of the thighs and the glutes. Good. Good. Now let's inhale up. Take a little break. Good. Stand tall. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. 4 reps. Exhale up. Pushing into the toes. 2 more just like that. And up, lace up the core, suck the belly button toward the spine. Now you can stay with that movement or come with me and we're going to do our iso pulse on the bottom. So come down to the bottom of your movement and pulse for 7, 6. Push those knees back. 4, 3, 2, and up. Ooh, let's do it again. 7, feel it right there, just above the knee on the inside. 4, 3, 2, push into your heels and up. Oh, 2 more. Come on down. 7, 6. If you need less, take a break. 4. Lower if you can. 2. And up. Last one right here. Good. Dig in, guys. 6. Tuck that tailbone. Sit up tall. 4. Make it count. 2. And last one. And come on up. Whew. Step in. Shake it off. Well done, guys. That was awesome. We're going to come down onto the floor. Little upper body. Hit the adductors of the thigh, and maybe a little bit of core if we have time. So if you have a mat, you can come to the back of your mat, roll it out if you want to, and we're finding the soles of our feet. Breathe in deep. Exhale, and I'd like you to bend the knees and just sit down into the heels. Bring the hands to the floor, and just rock forward and back for a minute. I want you to see if you can find a stretch through the ankles, maybe also through the wrists. If you're feeling ambitious and flexible and strong, you can bring those hands back further, under the shoulder, or even under the knees or under the hips, and just stretch out those wrists. Great. Now we're going to walk out and sit back into child's pose, just for a moment. Give those arms a little bit of a break. Now, we're going to come into a little bear crawl progression first. So, coming into table pose or bear crawl position, depending on what discipline you're in, and hands under shoulders, knees under hips is where we're starting. Curl the toes under, shoulders down and back. Suck your belly button toward the spine and find that nice flat back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift the knees just an inch off the floor, then bring them back down. Exhale, lift just barely. Inhale, back down. Exhale, lift. So this is our starter move. I want you to make sure that your knees always stay directly underneath your hips. No matter what we're doing in this next sequence, that's always going to be your starting and finishing point. Really important here that we're not coming into a plank. That's going to force your core to engage more. Now, if you can, hold the knees up, just 1 inch to 3 inches above the floor. You can come back to the move we just did or pulse with me. Ready? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Sit back, child's pose. Come on back, table pose, lift the knee just 1 inch to 3 inches, pulse. 7, 6, suck the belly button toward the spine. 3, 2, and 1, knees down. Oh, not so bad, right? We should feel everything working in these movements. Come on back, we have 2 more rounds. Curl the toes under, lift the knees 1 inch to 3 inches, breathe in. Pulse, 7, 6, 5, suck that belly button toward the spine. 2, and knees down. Stretch. Great job, guys. We've been doing 7 pulses. Our last round is going to be 16 pulses or less if you want. Good. Shoulders down. Brace yourself. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the knees. Find your alignment. Belly button sucks toward the spine. Here we go. 1, 2. Good. Yeah. Right on, guys. Make sure those hands stay under your shoulders, never in front of the body. Only 4 to go. 4, 3, 2, knees down. Woo, great job. Okay, so now I'd like you to lay down on your side on the floor. This might be break time for you, and that's fine. We're going to make a little bed for our head with that bottom arm. And your top leg is going to come in front of the bottom leg, just toes to the floor with the heel lifted, knee pointed toward the sky as much as you can. And it's really just there to balance us. I'd like you to see if you can stack your hips and your shoulders on top of one another. Try not to lean forward. Now we're just going to lift that bottom leg up off the floor and hold here for a moment. Suck your belly button toward the spine. Check that your neck is long, the chin never comes to the chest, and the shoulders are down and back. Ready? Let's pulse that bottom leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going for 16 pulses. Right on. 10, 11. Keep it up, guys. 13, 14, 15. And release the leg down. Take a quick little break. Now we're going to bring it back up and make circles with the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still going for 16. 8, 9, keep smiling. 12, 13, 14, slower if you need to. Last one. Release down. Great job. Now let's switch sides. Lay right down. Make a little bed for your head with that bottom arm. Relax down. Bottom leg as straight as you can get it. Top leg comes in front for our balance and stability. Shoulders are way down, away from the ears. And we're just going to lift up that bottom leg off the floor as much as we can. Check that your shoulders don't cave in. We're nice and stacked top to bottom here, shoulders and hips. Good. Now let's pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going for 16. We're almost to our stretch, guys. 9, 10. Suck that belly button toward the spine. 3, 2, rest. Bring that leg down. Quick little break. We want to feel this on the inside of that bottom thigh is what we're going for here. Raise it up. Circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right on, guys. 10, 11, 12. Almost there. 14, 15, last one. Whew. Great job. Okay, now sit up. And I'd like you to just come into a quick wide-legged stretch to just ease out the abductors of the thighs here. We're not pushing too hard, just a quick release. Excellent job. Okay, now let's come into a little bit of upper body. I'd like you to come into a table pose or a plank pose. And if you're in the plank pose, you can ease forward onto the knees or come up and lift the knees. I recommend, even if you think that you can come into full plank, start here and see what we're going to get up to. So we're going to start with a nice narrow tricep push-up, which means that wherever you are, your hands are under your shoulders. Shoulders are down and back, away from the ears. And we're going to inhale nice and slow toward the floor and exhale away. So in our tricep push-up, we want to make sure our elbows are always tight to the sides of the body. Don't let them wing out. Keep your shoulders down and the neck long. Do not drop the chin or the hips. Good. Right on, guys. Now you can stick with this movement. You can take a break if you want to, or you can come with me for our next move. Ready? Single push-up, tap a shoulder, one side and the other. Push-up, shoulder tap, one side and the other. Push-up, woo. Good, this is number 3. We're going for 6. That's 4 and 5. It's all yours. Don't let your form suffer. Last one here. Tap and tap. Sit back. Whew. Great job, guys. That was awesome. Okay, so now, because we have just a minute or two before we have to cool down, I'm going to take you into a little hip slip option. So this is an intermediate advanced bodyweight strength training option. There are beginner options too, and that's where we're going to start, as always. So I'd like you to find your table pose or your bear crawl position. Suck the belly button toward the spine, knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Shoulders are down, and our back is nice and flat. We're just going to lift opposite hand to knee, and then the other side. Just one side and then the other. And I want you to really focus on how your body is forced to stabilize itself, especially through your core, which includes the muscles of the back. Good. One more time on each side. You can stay with that movement. It's a great productive movement. Or you can come with me and lift the knees just barely up off the floor. And then tap your shoulder and bring the opposite knee through. And then come back to set, bear crawl position. Other side, tap your shoulder, slip that knee through. Come back to set. Now we're intermediate. Remember, knees under your hips. And then again, opposite hand to knee, tap the shoulder, sweep through. Good. You can make the movement bigger. Pivot a little bit and lift that knee up. I want you to feel the muscles of the side body engage, and your bottom arm should feel strong. Remember your options. You might just lift opposite hand to knee. Your knees might still be down on the floor. Keep your shoulders down away from the ears. And remember to always reset, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. If you want to advance your movement, bring it through, straighten out your bottom leg and almost sit down. Then bring it back, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, opposite hand to leg lifts, sweep through, straighten the leg, and bring it back. So remember, guys, options are optional. Move as fast or as slowly as you need to. I want you to feel stable through your core and your neck and shoulders. Good, and that's the priority. Remember, knees might be down, just lifting one side and then the other is fine. Good, we're just going to do another few seconds here. Speed is not our concern, form is our concern. Good. Breathe. Move with focus. Last one here. Excellent. Knees down, sit back, and stretch. Arms can come out in front or back by your sides. If you feel dizzy, sit up. Good, and now we're going to come up onto the knees. You might want to grab your yoga mat or a cushion for your bottom knee if you haven't already. We're going to step one leg forward, press the hips toward the floor, bring the elbows to the front thigh, and lift the back knee up off the floor if you want to deepen the stretch. And again, here's where we focus and tune in. Shoulders are relaxed, down away from the ears. And we're breathing deeply. Good. So our last 9 minutes or so of class are going to be our cool down and our stretch. I want you to notice how your body feels here, if anything's bothering you, if anything feels especially great, and also how your flexibility feels. We're going to increase that in that last few minutes. Hands down to either side of the front foot. Step in, step back on the other side. Knee comes to the floor first. Elbow comes to the front thigh. You can press up and tuck the tailbone. Let your hips sink down toward the floor. Shoulders are wide, and if you want a deeper stretch through that hip flexor, you can curl the back toe under and lift the back knee up off the floor. Just let your hips sink down a little bit more. Breathe deeply, and think about relaxing those muscles downward. Yeah, well done today, guys. I know that you did a great job focusing and tuning into your body and working with it. And I want you to take those tools into everyday life and into the gym as well. Hands down beside the front foot, and we'll step forward Good, and we're just going to bend the knees, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, shoulders down and back. Breathe in deep, little baby back bend on top, and release the arms. Good, now we're going to come into a wide stance, and we're just going to stretch out the adductors and then come into some balance. So I'd like your toes to be pointed forward in the direction that you're facing. Hands can come to the hips or behind the back, really anywhere you want. And we're going to bend the right knee, tipping forward from the hip. Hands or elbows can come to the right bent knee or thigh. The fingertips can come to the floor on the inside of the feet if you'd like. And I want you to shift the weight into the back of the body and lift your tailbone up toward the sky. You can turn your shoulders toward the straight leg if you'd like to deepen your stretch. And if this is not okay for your right knee, you can straighten out that leg and just shift your hip up and back, finding that stretch in the inside of the right thigh. Good, breathe. And then we'll come back to center, bend the knees slightly, roll up, and coming along to the other side. Standing tall, toes point forward, and we're going to bend the left knee, tip from the hip. Hand or elbow comes to the left thigh, and in this position, we don't stand perfectly straight, because then our knee will pitch over that toe, and we won't get any stretch at all through the right thigh. So we just want to make sure we're changing the angle of that lower back. Good, lift your tailbone up. Breathe, relax through the shoulders and the jaw as much as you're able. And remember to smile, the worst is over. We made it, guys. Great job. Good, and now straighten the legs. Bend both knees very gently and roll up. Shoulders down, and we're going to reach up toward the sky. You can bring those palms together. You can clasp the hands, or you can bend the elbows and gently turn the palms toward the sky. And we're just going to bend to one side gently, bracing the core, bending from the belly button to the crown of the head, and then through neutral and to the other side. And then we inhale up to center, hands face you, bring the arms down in front, and we'll bring the hands behind us, clasping the hands or grasping the wrists or forearms, pressing the knuckles down toward the floor. I want you to feel that stretch. Just hold here for a moment, pressing the arms down, shoulders, elbows, wrists, everything toward the floor, and just tip your head to one side and then to the other. Let your neck stretch out here. Breathe deeply. And if you want more, if you feel safe doing so, you can lift the arms up and away and tip forward, relaxing down over the legs. Remember too, if you feel dizzy or nauseated, you're always going to want to raise the head above the heart line. Relax down as much as you can. Now bend the knees, look forward to come up with a straight spine. Bend the elbows, release the arms in front. Curve and round the upper back. Work the heels and toes together. Good, shake it off, and we're going to come into a figure four to finish our day. So shifting to the left side now, bend the left knee, right shin comes across the left thigh. You can draw the leg in if you want to. You can also sit right down in a chair or come closer to a wall or a piece of furniture if that's better for you. If you want to intensify your stretch, you can press down on that right knee. Just make sure that you do so slowly and mindfully with deep breathing. To make sure that we never chance damaging those joints, that knee and the hip on that right side. Sink a little deeper if you're able. Make sure you're not letting your chest cave in. And we're looking really for our single leg balance first. And then we just move around that. Breathe deeply. Great, now let's come on up. Right foot comes behind the left. And we're going to place the hand on the front leg side on the hip. Arm on the back leg side can reach up as we breathe in and straighten up tall, and then we'll exhale and bend. You can reach across the front of the body with the left fingertips if you'd like, or leave that left hand on the hip to stabilize the spine. Your top arm can come down in front, or the hand can come to the hip or behind the back anytime you're looking for the stretch in the right side, body, and ribs. Good, now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, tip forward from the hip, lift your tailbone toward the sky, and the hands can come to the front, bent knee. You can uncross the legs and bring them to hip width apart if that's more comfortable for you anytime, just focusing the stretch on the straight leg. You can also relax all the way down toward the floor if you need a deeper stretch. Good. Now hands to the front, bend knee. We'll step out, roll up, shoulders down, reach up, breathe in deep. Little baby back bend on top. Exhale, release. Coming along to the other side now, sitting up nice and tall. Shifting to the right leg, bending that right knee. Left shin comes across the right thigh. Focus your gaze, find your balance, and then you can draw that leg into place and sit right down into the heel. Good, so find that alignment. Find that deep breathing into the belly. Sink down a little deeper if you're able. Remember to smile, guys. We made it. Great job today. And if you'd like less, remember you can reduce your intensity anytime. If you'd like more, then you can tip forward and find your gaze on the floor, relaxing down, reaching with those fingertips. Relax the arms and neck. Breathe deeply. Good. All right, let's come on back up. And we'll swing that left foot behind the right. Standing up nice and tall. First thing we want to do here is tuck the tailbone and lengthen through the crown of the head. Hand on the front leg side comes to the hip. Arm on the back leg side reaches up. And then we exhale and bend. Check your bottom shoulder is down away from the ear. And you can always reach across the front of the body if that's more comfortable for you. Lengthen through those fingertips. Remember your top hand can come down to the hip or behind the back anytime if that's more comfortable for your neck and shoulder. Good. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, tip from the hip. Hands come to the front, bent knee. Lift your tailbone up toward the sky and feel that stretch in the back, straight leg. Remember that you can release the feet to hip width apart with, again, one leg bent and the other leg straight. You're still going to get that good stretch in the outside and back of the thigh. Relax toward the floor if you want a little more. Breathe. Good. And now we'll use that front bent knee to step up. Step out to hip width, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Breathe in deep. Reach up, little baby back bend on top. And we exhale, release, and give yourselves a hand. Great job today, guys. Thank you so much for showing up and for giving it your all. And as usual, let us know if you have any questions or concerns about anything we did. And I hope to see you next time. I know.